Wahoo! Here we are. That's so exciting.
Yahoo!
Welcome,
Yeah, hello
everyone.
everyone.
So this is the inaugural joint stream. Friday
Yes,
chillin'.
co-working with Prince.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be drawing, right?
I am, yeah. I've got several paintings of various kinds to work on. Um, I've got one big one, and it's watercolor, so while between drying, I'm gonna work on some others. And what are you doing?
I am going to be starting the beginning of making a TTRPG.
So cool. Is there what's your like elevator pitch style thing for it?
Well, it is based off the setting that I am set in, Stray City. So it is a
Mhm.
modern city isekai'd into a different world with strays being, edge runners or adventurers, the sort of grimy mercenary type folk.
Yeah.
But it's like fantastical. So there's like, you know, coyote people like me or stuff like that instead of, cyberpunk stuff.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And there are immortals, which immortals are people that, are immortal, but they are run corporations that sort of control the entire city and, are the bad guys.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. So what sort of like stage are you at in the creation? Is it the ideas stage, the actual writing and design stage?
Right now, outside of some lore I've written, there's nothing.
Nice. So that's pretty much the beginning.
Yeah. But I know I'm going to be basing it off Morgborg, so that is, that's mainly deciding of how I want to use the rules that it has, and then as like the frame, and then build off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And Morgborg is a D20 rollover system, but it is more old school inspired rather than like 5e. So things are deadly, and the rules tend to lean more towards concise, vibe based rather than like 5es or like Pathfinder's very descriptive. Well, I guess modern 5e, original 5e was a lot closer to vibes.
Yeah, it's true. Well, very cool.
Yeah, but let's see. So how I usually start with making TTRPG stuff is I tend to like come up with some like power words that I can like always sort of refer back to when I'm trying to think of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or like an inspiration list. So, like other games or media that makes my brain think of what I'm working on.
What are, if you have any, I assume maybe you do, what are some of your inspirations for this setting?
Originally, Stray City, it began as a city set in Break, any award-winning game Break, because there are dimensional strays, which are, isekai humans into a Break setting. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool if there was an entire city of strays. And then I ran some stuff in there. But as I was, realized that I could start streaming and do this whole thing, I was coming up with, the character that, for my model and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Stray City as just a name is a really good name. And, it could, I decided I might as well use it because I like to use stuff I've already worked rather than always just coming up with new stuff.
Yeah, totally. Reusing stuff is a great delight.
Yeah, I reuse names a lot. So, like, a lot of times, like, my friends that play with me for a long time, they'll see the same names pop up a good bit.
For sure.
But yeah, I really love doing co-working stuff. It definitely gives my brain enough focus that I can work on stuff.
Yeah, me too. I have such a hard time sometimes just like when I'm by myself working on, for me it's art, but it could be anything really, because it's just like I need like 3 forms of stimulation at all times for better or worse. And so I'm really excited to be doing these because I think it'll be fun. I get to talk with you and everybody. And yeah.
Well, Seagull, see, that's the trick. You be the Fae.
That is so true.
You don't have to worry about that.
Be the Fae you want to see in the world. Or the Fae that you would be a little bit scared to see in the world. Also good.
But outside of Break, and that being the where I got the idea for the Stray part of Stray City, there is a TTRPG that I never got a chance to play because, you always end up just playing the same thing over and over rather than trying a bunch of new stuff. But it's called DungeonDelvers.tv, which in itself is based off another TTRPG called High Magic Low Lives, which in that one you are a broke wizard that used to work for or go to college, like a magic college for the immortals, which in the sort of similar vein is, modern fantasy corporation assholes. But in DungeonDelvers.tv, you play as streamers going into dungeons in a modern
cool
setting. And that's where I got like the mortals and sort of not necessarily like whatever pre-cyberpunk is, where it's like a little bit more futuristic than our current daily lives, but it's still very much in a modern sense. But there's just something about that, like streaming and going to dungeons has just always been like really evocative for me.
Yeah.
And so ever since I first found that TTRPG, I wanted to do like something with that, and this gave me a chance to finally mess around with that.
Cool. That's exciting. I'm imagining like a combination of I feel very basic that these are my touchstones, but it feels like oh gosh, what were those people called? Those like ghost hunting BuzzFeed people who like just take their cameras around to the old houses and they're like, ghosts, are you here? Hey demons, it's your boy, and then like combine that with Dungeon Meshi or something, and like there's just these dweeby streamers walking around a dungeon. Like, I don't know if you
wait a second, that would actually be incredibly fun. Just doing like the ghost hunting TV show, that being a TTRPG.
Yeah, I bet there's gotta be something like that, but if not, there should be, because I could totally see it.
I saw a review for a TTRPG from is it Cozy RPG Reviews? I know their name is Robin. I always blank on the name of the YouTube channel, but they reviewed a TTRPG called like something at the Midnight Diner. But you essentially, it's a solo teach RPG where you're like you worked a corporate job, but then you left all that behind to move behind a diner and you run like a horror podcast.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but I think you could like take part of that and mix it with like liminal horror, and then you can just be like, you know, paranormal investigators, the TV
That
show.
sounds so cool. I'm gonna do that now.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
Yeah, write that down.
Paranormal investigator TV show RPG. Now I'll just have to remember that I made a note of it.
That's the trick. I write down things in so many different places that I have a hard time finding them again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get better about that. Okay. Where am I gonna start? Please.
I mean, why wouldn't you pet the evil flesh nibbler?
The evil flesh nibbler needs enrichment and love, just like any other creature.
Exactly.
It's not its fault that it eats flesh.
I mean, like, I still pet my cat even though it claws the fuck out of me. Oh.
Oh yeah, cheeky, me too. I'm like, what did she mean by that? Looking at me from a week ago. I don't know.
You know, it's sort of like, you know, if you have ADHD meds, you need the meds to remember to take the meds.
Exactly. Ain't
So you
that
just always
the
forget
way?
to take it.
Yeah.
I just remembered that I actually have an inspiration list in my panel, so I could just look
Oh,
at
cool.
that
Well, there you
and not
go.
have to think. Thank you, previous me. Ooh.
Oh, that sounds cute.
Honestly, I was looking at pill organizers for a friend, and honestly, a lot of them kind of sucked. Like none of them were like, you know, that fun. And like I even started looking at like, you know, ones made for like targeted towards like children and stuff, because I'd be like, oh yeah, those would be the cool ones. But no, they were all basic.
Oh. I gotta figure out where to start with this. I feel like this first stage of the painting where there's nothing on it is the hardest. I'm like, oh, where do I even start? I know where I want to start, but I have to...
I forgot to enable share chat. I knew I was forgetting something. Always forgetting something. See, my trick is like I'm good at remembering stuff for other people, but for myself, I might as well not even try.
It's a different skill for sure.
Let's see, can I fit both? No, I don't think there's enough real estate for me to fit in obsidian and have Morkborg's SRT thing off to the side.
Okay, let me get my... If my timer is telling anyone to stretch and hydrate, it's a good idea, but it has not yet been an hour. I tried to fix it, and I fucked up, I guess.
The bots have a mind of their own.
I've been trying to get it to start timing the hour from when the stream starts, and I really thought I had it that time, but oh well. But it's never a bad idea to stretch and hydrate, so I guess we'll just take it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember a thing I was gonna do. It was not. Okay. It's been a while since I've actually done TTRPG design, so I'm having to like dust off the cobwebs of my brain.
Yeah. I know you've done like materials for existing RPGs, but have you ever made one of your own before?
I'm sure this is a common thing for designers, but I have made many things. It's just very few have been released. I have released a TTRPG that's sort of Courage the Cowardly Dog inspired for a system. It's called 24XX. It's called like a lo-fi TTRPG where you essentially you have a dice chain and you can modify the dice chain based off situational modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
Drive-by check-in. Hope the work is going well. But so I started working on that.
Yeah.
Then as a very custom system, but then my brain was braining, and so I decided to use something, use that SRD instead. And then I had like a really bad creative burnout for like a year where I didn't do anything. And then when I was getting out of it, I was just like, I'm going to stop caring. So I just like pushed it out and released it.
I feel that. Brain do be braining sometimes.
But I've made a lot of stuff that I just never ended up like fully finishing or releasing. Some of it's been lost of time, or like old accounts that no longer exist.
Yeah.
But so far, I've released. Have I released 10 loot tables and then the one bestiary? I think. Around that.
Nice.
I tend to have the common ADHD issue where I have cool ideas and then I have the excitement to start working on it, but then another cool idea takes its place and then I start working on it.
Yeah. I feel that so bad. I feel
Zach,
like
I
I
think
have.
working on stuff for like other TTRPGs is a great way to get started in
Yeah,
designing TTRPG stuff.
absolutely.
What were we gonna say, Luna?
I feel like I have the version of that that's like having the inspiration to want to work on something and be excited for it, but then like it just sort of lives in my head, and putting it actually on to the paper is like, how how do I translate this to something that other people are gonna understand and like enjoy?
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like I can translate via art pretty well nowadays, but writing and such is a little bit harder as
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Yeah, I definitely have to massage my brain into the writing mode.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to go through bouts where like I can write a lot, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll burn out, and then
Yeah.
I'll be a bit, and then I can write some more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like especially if you're struggling with burnout and you're like, you're just staring at the screen, not being able to do anything. I think doing that is better than like not doing it. So like if you're struggle writing,
Mm-hmm.
you just like devote, how much time you can, like, if it's just 5 minutes or 15 minutes, just have the screen
Yeah.
open and looking at the screen so your brain gets used to looking at the thing you're supposed to be writing at, and then eventually like, try to write a few words within that time limit, and
Mm-hmm.
then sort of, you know, crawl before you can walk sort of thing.
Yeah. I feel like it's helpful to have an activity that you can do that like stretches your creative muscles, even if it's not like, even if you're not expecting it to be like the best work you've ever done or something you might actually show someone, but just to like for your own sake be like, I wrote a paragraph, or like I drew like a shitty stick figure diagram, but at least like the idea is sort of there, and you could come
Mm-hmm.
back to it later with fresh eyes and be like, okay, I might actually know what to do with this.
And it can be helpful if you have multiple projects of like, different kinds of projects. So like you can bounce between the different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like say if you're doing like a writing thing, and then say another project is a game design thing or drawing, even if you're like, drawing isn't like, something you're trying to do in a sort of at a high skill level, just drawing a little bit, just giving
Mm-hmm.
your brain chances to do other
Yeah.
stuff creatively. And honestly,
And
that's the reason why I started doing so many different things like drawing, writing, smut, is just so I could give my brain a chance to be creative without
Mhm.
having to do the thing that I felt pressured to have to do.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes like you can be burnt out on one thing, or like not really in the mood for one thing, but then like a completely different medium will be inspiring to you at that time, and it's like you can sort of switch between them, dual wielding as it were, sort of as the inspiration strikes, or like depending on if the project you're working on works better in a particular medium or not.
Mm-hmm. Also, Zach, for like the creator license, so for Break, it has like a fan license, so you can like you can just make stuff for it, but you can't necessarily sell it. But that honestly helped me a lot with not necessarily game design itself, but with like layout, which I think can be a hard thing for a lot of people to figure out. Is just me making, and so I just started making stuff for Break and using its layout as sort of a baseline. I found that very useful. I felt like it made me a much better designer when it comes to laying stuff out for TTRPGs. Because my brain enjoyed the fact that I was making stuff for break, so I was able to use that sort of enjoyment to do the oftentimes very painful work of laying stuff out in Canva. And for like TTRPG design, I like to start, like if I am trying to make a system, I try to start with the character facing stuff first, so like the stuff that would be on the character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I feel like playtesting is probably the most important thing you can do when you're designing games. And you know, once you have the stuff that the players do, you can begin playtesting at any point. Like, but if you like work on, you know, random GM stuff, like, you know, your players can't actually play the game with that stuff. While you as the GM, you don't need to actually have any rules to play the game, as long as your players have rules. You can always work on that stuff later on. Hell yeah, Zach, that's cool. And I feel like sort of art assets are, especially nowadays with so many people playing on VTTs, those are like really important. Because like me and some of my friends, we have aphantasia where like, you know, at least I have like the extreme version where I can't see anything inside my head. Like I can't visualize anything. It's just a void of nothingness. So I tend, even though lately I've been going away because like with AI being everywhere and it just taking a lot of effort, like time to like look for, you know, battle maps and all that stuff. I tried to simplify that a lot, just using flowchart style stuff. So Morkborg uses 4 abilities or stats: agility, presence, strength, and toughness. Sometimes I can visualize stuff, but it's like if someone put a bag over my head and I was looking in the fog, like I can get that level of visualization sometimes, but it has to be something like I really, really want to see. Oh, do I hear a kitty?
Yeah. Oh gosh, what time is it? It's a little early for him to be starting his little thing that he does, but every day, usually around 4, so he's about an hour and a half early, but he just walks around the house meowing. It's just his little thing that he does.
Mm-hmm. My cat Bella likes to do that, but at like midnight or later.
Yeah, I think it's because he is like waiting for my partner to get home, because usually he starts like about half an hour before they usually get home. And Also, like, sometimes if I'm streaming, and then, like, they come home, Val, my cat, will come into the room and yell at me, like, did you know? Did you know that they're back? Like, this is extremely important news. I have to tell you. So. But I don't.
You're involved.
Yeah, I'm not always sure he, I don't remember what I was gonna say. He's a good boy.
I wish I could say Bella's a good girl, but she's a troublemaker. Like, anytime I open my door, she immediately shoots in and runs under my bed and then just hides there until I finally make her come out.
She's just hanging out under there?
Yeah. Like, eventually, like, I'll eventually be able to coax her out, and I'll pick her up, and I'll love on her, and then I'll toss her out, and then she'll just, like, go about her day.
Like, as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
This is just what we do.
So Morkborg uses 4 abilities: agility, presence, strength, and toughness. And I already sort of feel like, why not just combine strength and toughness into one thing?
Yeah, that,
But then that'd only be 3, and I feel like 3 abilities. I mean, there are many TTRPGs that are based off D&D that do use just 3 ability scores, but they tend to be D20 roll under attribute systems and not a D20 plus mod roll over target number. It was interesting. I was watching some people talk about, like, they've like stayed away from like D&D just, you know, because, you know, it's the big elf in the room. And then it's like they had this awakening. It's like, oh wait, rolling a D20 and adding modifier and wanting to roll high is fun. I was like, it's kind of a weird epiphany, but I guess we all come from different places. But
yeah, I mean, it is fun. That's so true.
It's like, it's almost probably a big reason why D&D is even as popular as now, because that thing is fun. And it's relatively easy to like do the math for, because, you know, it's a D20, so each thing is 5%.
Yeah.
So it works into you know, 100, but without being as granular.
I'll be right back. I just realized I need to fill my water for my brush, so I'll be right back.
Let's see. Let's see. Brink uses might, deafness, grit, aura, and insight. It's interesting because, like, this does not have a, like, you know, how intelligent you are stat, whether, you know, book smart or, you know, sort of more intuitively smart. And I get why, because like especially old school D&D games, they tend to lean more towards player intelligence, player creativity versus like your your character. So not having an intelligence score makes sense.
I've returned.
What'll come back?
I got not one, but 2 waters because I'm gonna be working on 2 pieces or something, so I want to have lots of water.
All the water.
I'm also using, I'm gonna, I think, use some gouache for one of these, and whenever I use gouache, the water gets a lot dirtier because it's thicker.
Mhm.
So.
Now I'm thinking I'm gonna add a stat that is for like not necessarily how smart you are, because I tend not to be a fan of like th- sort of having stats that determines if you're dumb or not. But I do like the idea of you being able to like a stat for thinking quickly under stressful situations. Because like I know plenty of people that are extremely smart, but when you ask them to make a roll that will decide if their character dies or not, they all of a sudden can't do basic math.
Yeah, sometimes intelligence is not linked to sort of the ways that you can wield that your smarts in various ways.
I think I'll move on from the ability stuff now, because I do think like the I think a lot of people like if they make like their like a 5e variant or whatever, they tend to just throw the same names for the the abilities without necessarily thinking of the system they're playing. And I think like renaming stuff is like an important but simple way of defining what your game is about. Like, so let's say you were you wanted to make like a Pride and Prejudice 5e for whatever reason. You wanted to do that.
Hold on.
Like
you might be cooking.
That like renaming the abilities to stuff that fits in to the what that genre is about, instead of it being, just strength, dexterity, charisma, and
Yeah.
stuff.
That's one of my favorite things to see, like, just sort of when I take a quick look at a game, is like if it has like certain sort of flavors to the stats like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it can kind of really tell you like what the vibes are.
Like, I got Pugmire recently because I want to do, instead of having the dogs, like elevated dogs, I'm not sure what you call a dog that evolved from a normal dog into like a dog person.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of doing that, it being puppy girls. And I didn't realize it at the time, but Pugmire is based off of, at least from what I've seen, it looks like a more slimmed down version of 5e.
Yes.
But they like renamed H like hit points to stamina, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like that because it feels less like, they're in a lethal, desperate battle to live, and it's more about just how long they can keep fighting before they tuck her out.
I kind of forgot about that. I remember a long time ago when that came out. But maybe... I don't remember when that was.
Well, it kind of hurts that you can even say it came out a while ago when it's made for 5e. It still hurts my heart.
Because I remember it came out when I was like deep in my Critical Role time, and I think they did a one-shot or something, or somebody in that realm did like a Pugmire one-shot, and I remember being like, oh my god, it's dogs, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, that was like 10 years ago. Or less, but like... I've always had a desire to play like one of the sort of animal reflavorings of 5e, like Humblewood or something like that, because I just think they're cute.
Yeah, the current idea I have, even though I haven't read the system yet, but you are essentially like Knights of the Round Table, but you're puppy girls and you serve a master. Because I know plenty of puppy girls that would totally be normal about the idea of that.
That sounds awesome, though.
I think my phone's just become haunted.
Oh?
Yeah, it's doing crazy stuff.
Uh-oh.
Stop it, phone. No more hauntings. Creatures don't use abilities. They just roll a d20 against DR. For example, find a bear trap, DR 14, or resist red poison, DR 12. Oh, okay. I see what it's saying. It worded that kind of weirdly. Creatures don't roll. The players just roll against DR. If I'm understanding you right. Player facing rolls. I don't know. Part of me likes that because as a game master, you already have so much stuff you need to track.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, rolling is fun.
Yes. It's true.
But at the same time as that, there is a level of satisfaction when you make your players roll for something that will hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
I might just be a bit of a sadist. That might be part of it, but
I've always heard that that's very satisfying, but I don't think I've ever done that. Like, I just don't think it's come up, like, the mechanics for it in any of the games that I've run. But I've always heard that it's satisfying, so I don't know, maybe I need to start. I need to find something that will enable me to do that.
like it's been a bit since I've GM'd, but I think the last time I did it, I think it's Hime, like has a like a companion, and they got hurt and had to roll an injury table, and I theoretically should have been the one to roll, but I was like, why don't you roll instead? And it they rolled really bad, as they often do, which is why I like to make them roll.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And yeah, I got a lot of satisfaction after that. So I guess, like, you know, if you don't do player facing roles as the baseline, you can still make them roll for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know Index Card RPG, which is I wouldn't necessarily say it's like it's like boiled down D&D, but it's like its own version of boiled down D&D.
Mm-hmm.
But it does player facing roles or GM roles. Like the way the system is built, you can do either or. Like like
that's interesting.
you can be fully player facing, or you can be fully like GM rolling for monsters and stuff.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, I think Index Card RPG is still one of the most like what's what I'm looking for? Like it's like quietly extremely popular. Like it's one of the highest selling things on Drive-Thru RPG, for instance. But you just don't like hear it talked about a lot.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it before.
Is it Adamantine that's the highest bestseller metal? It's like the 0.5 top percent of sales on Drive-Thru. But the name of it, honestly, maybe the name of it's part of it, but it's called Index Card RPG because originally it started out as just index cards to use for your D&D games.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were like, oh, well, I would like to see what kind of system you would make or how you use this, in place. So then Hanker and Fernell, also known as Runehammer, now decided to, make essentially publish his house rules, which was more like its own system, but you could still use it in like 5e, for instance, pretty seamlessly. And then that got really popular, so he made like a proper system out of it, and then now it's on its 3rd edition called Master Edition. And it's it's essentially like if D&D was made into a setting neutral system. So it has your typical like pulp D&D fantasy. It has sci-fi, or paranormal Wild West or supernatural Wild West. It has Eldritch Horror. It has Ice Age. What am I missing? It also has Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah.
And those are all core settings that you can use in the system. And it's all loot based.
Mm-hmm.
So even though the characters do have class abilities, the majority of the characters is the loot they have.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, it started out, it was purely loot based, that characters were only made up of what loot they had, and then as it matured as a system, it started having actual classes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would describe it, it's almost like a roller coaster, where it's very much about like the immediate excitement of, you know, the like the big moments that you have in TTRPGs, whether it's fighting or like a really intense puzzle. It tends not to focus on the more, subtle parts of play, and tends to just focus on the big exciting stuff, like constantly pushing the characters going forward.
Yeah.
And it has it's released a lot of adventures over the years, but there's one called, is it Tower of the Red Mage? But you start at the end of the adventure where you have slain the big bad guy, and as part of him dying, he does a spell that is essentially going to destroy the tower and everyone in it. So the adventure itself is actually getting to the bottom of the tower and escaping before it detonates.
Ooh, that's
And
fun.
it's been one of probably the most exciting like one shot I've ever run, and I've run it multiple times, and each time it's been the most exciting thing that I've ever played.
That's a really cool
'Cause you only have
concept.
20 turns to escape the tower, and it does a really good job of pacing each of the levels of the tower to where you pretty much always are going to be in the last few rounds when you get to the exit. Welcome in, man. Good to see you. I'm still not fully decided on whether I want it to be purely player facing or not. So we're just gonna move on.
I didn't mean to make this part of this drawing this color, but I accidentally made something a very beautiful shade of purple that I don't think it was intended to be purple, but oh well. I went with it because it was pretty.
Yeah, it does look very pretty.
I was like, okay, it's inside of a ship, so it should be brown. But then I was like, but brown is boring. So that's what we're doing instead.
Very sick.
Oh no, that sounds stressful.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Good luck.
Yeah, for me, the allergies and the fact that we switched over to daylight savings time. That combo has wrecked my insomnia.
Oh no.
Like I don't think I've been able to fall asleep until at least 9 a.m. for the last week.
Oh my gosh, you're becoming nocturnal.
Peak trash dog hours. It is good for writing smut, though. I don't know, something about the nighttime.
Yes.
Is a very good time to be thinking many things.
That's, yeah, whenever I end up, like, coming up with spicy comic ideas, it's always when I'm woken up at 3 in the morning and then, like, can't fall back asleep. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just, like, go to my notes app, nasty document, and just write stuff in there.
I would be working on that now, but John Twitch would not be happy with me with the thing.
I can't believe.
Because I'm at the part where I'd be describing parts.
Yeah.
Dogman parts. Hopefully your car is able to get dried out soon.
Yeah, I hope everything works out. Oh, wow.
Ice cream saves the day.
Yeah. This is your sign that you should get ice cream whenever possible. Exactly.
I think I want to do that a lot more modern TTRPGs have been doing lately, where you have like the items that your characters assume to have, and then you just have your inventory as the like important things. So like if you're playing like a hacker character or like a rogue character, yet like you're assumed to have thieves tools and what other minor items, but you need to keep track of like what weapons you have or magic items, stuff like that. I don't know. I think that is the lesson that was to be learned: is ice cream every day, forever. I could make some ice cream tonight.
Ooh. Like making it from scratch?
Yeah.
It's fancy.
We tend not to buy ice cream. We tend to just make it. Well, I mean, it's not, honestly, it's pretty easy. You just have a bucket with a thing that spins. You have a bunch of rock salt with ice, and then you put milk and like, whatever flavoring you want. We usually just do vanilla because it's the easiest. And then you just let it churn for like 45 minutes.
We definitely did that as like an experiment in high school or something, where we had like a Ziploc bag full of ice and salt and shook it all around. But I don't think I have done it since then.
It's going to be the neon graffiti vibe. It's definitely going to be graffiti vibe, because the idea is that you play the strays themselves, and so they are all, you know, grimy, sewer running, backstreet fighting mercenary people. No, it is not cyberpunk, but pre-cyberpunk, but with fantasy elements. Yeah, I'm going to focus on the player side of stuff until I feel it is playable. And then I can focus on the GMing stuff later. But right now, I'm mainly I'm massaging my brain until I remember how to be a designer TM. If it does have solo rules, I'll be honest, I'll probably just ask Hime to make them with puppy dog eyes. That'll probably be it. I think that's my big brain move. Because, I mean, you know, they are the solo TTRPG person. But I do know, so Morkborg, which this is what I'm basing the system off of, at least the frame of it. I'm sure it will change, you know, as I work on it. But Morkborg itself does have solo rules. So at the very least, it can be solo. Yeah, thanks. I'm really happy with the background I got commissioned, and the cell phone chat thing. I decided that fit better than the road sign. So I did what I usually do. I drew with a mouse in paint.net until I was satisfied with my work. I feel like that's not the right word. What word would you use to describe inventory that you're just assumed to have? Nebulous inventory? Meta inventory?
No.
Assumed. We'll just do that for now. See your Jackrabbit? I can do that. I need to add outlines to the new ones I made. Or I might have it. I just didn't switch the files in OBS yet. He's just vibing. Honestly, it kind of fits better with one of the other ones because Watts is already on the scene and there's only one Watts. But when I was commissioning the artist, I was like I can't have a couch and Watts not be on it. That would just feel weird. Because I imagine Watts is always snoozing because I'm blanking on the character from My Hero Academia, but the one that has like the electrical powers, he's like constantly short-circuiting himself and becoming a doofus. I feel like that's what Watts does. Once he blasts his charge, he becomes himbo. I mean, I feel like you can say that about almost anything I say. I am quote unquote phrasing the dog. Anything can be an innuendo if you think about it. Thanks for the head pass. Okay. I keep forgetting to ask people for more sound bites so like I can have stuff for like hydrate. I really could use like a manager or just someone that reminds me of stuff throughout the day, because otherwise I'll forget. Well, that actually is in the server. It is a soundbite in the server, so you can hear Elle say "Good morning, Street City." Not hot points. That would be a completely different game.
That's a different game that I feel like you're very qualified to make.
Mm-hmm. So I still think so. There is a dice company that makes dice that can pair with Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the right kind of people and the right kind of game, you could finagle a connection with that Bluetooth to attachments that activate when rolls are made.
I could see that. For sure. I had never heard of Bluetooth dice. That's very...
Yeah, it's called
Interesting.
Pixel Dice, I believe. My friend has one, and I think it took like 5 years to finally get the single D20 that he got from the Kickstarter.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Starting HP. Okay. So in Morkborg, if you hit exactly 0 HP, you're broken. And broken can either mean that you're unconscious, you have an injury, or you're dead. And if you're in negative HP, you're just dead. I don't think I want that. Hey, so how's it going?
Hello, hello.
I think I'll probably use something like Break's injury system, because I have found after playing a good bit of Break that it still makes combat scary, where you don't want to get injured. So it has the same fear as, you might die without necessarily just losing your character immediately. And it adds to the continuing story if you have broken arm or you're concussed or what have you.
Yeah.
Hey, killer. How's it going?
Hello, hello.
Move on from that now. Let's see what's next. Violence. That's just rolling for initiative. Well, that's not actually. So for Morkborg, since everything is player facing, that means armor, instead of being a difficulty class that monsters have to overcome, it is damage resistant. So you roll your armor to reduce damage. if I'm not doing that, that means armor needs to have. I have to think on how close I want to lean towards Mork Borg, and if I do want everything to be player facing, even if I do like rolling dice. Well, let's think. So the characters are playing strays, which are cyberpunk edge runners. The world is deadly. They're going on dangerous missions. Does player facing roles, does that go with or against the sort of grimy, like sort of gang-esque world that they are in? Because if you think about it a bit from like a philosophical point of view, if the players are rolling everything, that means the players are in control of their own destinies. So that almost makes me think that is more heroic, but also at the same time, it is, if you are having to roll for everything, that is more scary. I'm gonna go get me something to drink while I think on this.
Hell yeah. You are alone with me now. Luckily for you, I do not have anything evil today. Yeah. Go get you some snacks. Oh my gosh. Chimichangas sounds so good actually though. Hang on. Enjoy. Yeah, you know, it's a Friday vibes kind of thing, I think. That sounds so good.
I also come expressly for evil.
Now, do we need to have a talk?
I mean,
that's okay.
The color red.
I know what you're about.
The color red's a good color.
It's true.
So, I mean, if they're, have a bunch of red flags, that's a good thing, right?
I mean, yeah, if you like the color red, I guess who can complain, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm a dumb dog. I don't spell. I wonder if my new emote is uploaded yet. We're gonna see. I don't think it has. Oh, Twitch, why are you being stinky? Let's see. Pending approval. Come on, Twitch. I haven't uploaded a single sussy emote. I feel like I've earned.
They've been a very good dog. Please let.
No.
Please
I
let
only say sussy things.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we should put this under here. So Morkborg doesn't have like ancestry, species. It doesn't have any of that. It just has like the classes. Has like the player facing choices. But I do want to, because I think, you know, Chimera is the thing that I am, and the sort of the things that originally started strays being a thing in the city. So I do want there to be that, but what do I want to call them? Because part of me, you know, wants to lead in the fact, you know, on the sort of animal motif going on, but at the same time, it does feel problematic to call like what you are, like, you know, what you like your breed is when you're not actually, you know, you're not playing like, you know, like in Pugmire, you're not playing like a dog. You are people. We'll just go with species for now. I don't know, those don't, family or genus doesn't feel as evocative as like words. And also, especially with the chimeras, they're kind of a, you know, a hodgepodge of things. Like, you know, like my demon tail, that's not an animal thing at all. And there's also, because like you can be a human, like humans are still the majority, but you can also be a phantasm, which is a person with a inanimate object for a head. I don't think phantasms have a genus. I'm not even sure what they are. They're like dream people made manifest. Like, I forget what show it was, but it had a character that was like a manager or something, and he had a fish bowl with a fish for his head. Oh, what show was that? It had like the big muscly dude with the monkey butler. I know, I just said a lot of...
That sounds so cool, but I don't know what it is. The fishbowl head sounds familiar, though.
Fishbowl head character. Umbrella Academy, there we go.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, Umbrella Academy does have like Triangle Agency vibes, because I feel like Triangle Agency is also a TTRPG where you would have someone with a fishbowl head. Yeah, I haven't finished the last season either. But I did like the vibes it was going for. Now, do I want to make immortals an option for you to be as your species? That's because while immortals are the bad guys, they're sort of like a pyramid scheme where you have like the immortals at the bottom. They're essentially people they're being taken advantage of, and they pretty much aren't getting any of the benefits of being immortal outside of they're essentially like if they got like good health care, but it was like genetically in their body, the good health care, so they just don't like get sick as often, and like they don't have to worry about like teeth issues. No. And I can't see some immortals being strays, because they sort of realize like, oh wait, they're the bad guys. But we'll put it there for now. Immortal, lowercase.
If you did make it a playable class, I feel like I could see it being very popular, or species, or because it's like that thing of being a player where you're like, I want to play like the one good one of these, or like I want to play like the special one of these that's different from all the other ones, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like I could envision that happening.
Yeah.
As someone who has been that player previously in the past.
I feel like 4 is a good number, especially because chimeras, that is very broad, because like it's essentially any animal thing that is also has something extra. So it's a pretty broad category. And I know Morkborg, it has, you can essentially make a classless character, or you can make a character with a class, and the class gives you like some flavorful abilities and some items, while a classless character, I believe you roll better stats, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at least for this, at the start, I'm going to make it classless so it is playable and just have like you roll for items or whatnot. And then can start working on the specific classes. Let's see. Flipping through the book to see if I can actually find the page that it talked about that. There's optional classes. I'm using the bare bones edition, which is just the text without any of the funky Mork Borg art.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually looking through the book because it's pretty.
Yeah, I think the art style is like what first, like, because I haven't played it, but I have downloaded it at some point because I remember the art style was very striking to me. I was like, I have to know what that is.
Mm-hmm. The book is really affordable. I mean, granted, it's really small, but for like the it is like as an art piece. I only think I paid $30 for this.
Mm-hmm. I think I got it bundled in with like an ACEO bundle from ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think is where I got it.
Yeah. And like one of the pages towards the back, it has like an upside down cross that's is it embossed, the word? Like there's the cross itself is raised above the actual paper.
Yeah.
It's very tactile, which my autism likes. I should get Cyberpunk because they have a Cyberpunk version of Mork Borg. I mean, they have a version for Mork Borg that's pretty much everything. They have Duck Borg. I'm pretty sure they have Borg Borg. I think Borg is a thing that exists. There's Blood Borg. There's Pirate Borg.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Pirate Borg is, I think, definitely one of the ones that I have because I remember. Okay.
And from what I've heard people say, it's like the most complete version of Mork Borg because it has like a lot of extra rules and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to check it out, but there's too many TTRPGs.
Mork sounds like a great game.
You know, that's a good question. I don't think anyone does the reverse of having Mork something. It's always Borg or something Borg. Because Mork Borg means dark fort. So it's a bunch of something forts, like Duck Fort or Pirate Fort. We just need to defeat time.
Oh yeah, did you finish Hades 2, by the way?
No, I am not. I would assume I've still got like 30 to 40 hours before I
Oh wow.
get the ending. Because I haven't even beat the other boss.
Oh, like the Olympus stuff.
Yeah.
You just said we have to defeat time, and I was like, oh yeah, how's that going?
Yeah, I need to start playing it again. Between the last couple of weeks have been kind of a Wild West streaming.
Fair.
And you get back in the routine. I used to do professional or paid GMing. It was
yeah.
it was an experience.
I tried to do that, but I did not prefer it.
I ended up making like an entire city for a solo one,
Mm-hmm.
and then the person was like, "Oh, never mind."
Oh no.
I was like, "Oh, I put so much time into this. Why?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard of people who have had really good experiences with it, but it was just not for me. Because I think just like playing with people I don't know was hard. So I feel like I'm a pretty good GM, but I do it the best when I know the players pretty well and can sort of anticipate their needs and playstyle a bit more. And so working with people who were like completely new to me and also being paid for it and feeling like I have to give them like what they paid for, it was mentally just like hard. So I did not do need more.
Still trying to decide if I want this to be player facing or not. That's kind of the roadblock I'm at, because that's a big choice, and if I don't do player facing, that means it's already moved decently far away from what Morkborg is, which isn't a bad thing. But the further away I move from Morkborg, the less I can use Morkborg as branding.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a very minor pet peeve of mine, but I wish even if you are making something, based off other system, it's like, why can't you just name it its own thing? There's so many word Borgs that they all kind of blend in together rather than being their own thing. And I feel like, if you put that much time into making a TTRPG, even if it's based off an SRD, it deserves its own recognition, the hard work you put in.
I guess maybe it's just like a branding thing, because if you feel like people will, by hearing the name, already be like, oh, I see, so it's, by hearing the name, I already sort of know what it's based on and what the mechanics are going to be.
Yeah, I mean, there are some Morkborg systems that do have their own name, like Ronin, I believe, is one that's a really successful Morkborg-like, but it uses its own name, and it's doing its own thing while also still being based off the Morkborg rule system.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel like you can make it work, but I could also see why people do it, I guess. But it's just a personal choice, I suppose.
Okay, let's think. So if we was to not do player facing, but still had the same ability range of -3 to +3 at least to start, and if you had if you use the standard D20 armor rating values where heavy armor is 16 to 18, you would have a pretty small chance of hitting those higher values until you were more kitted out, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, people do like to hit things. We're just doing it. We're just gonna go player facing and stop thinking about it. Okay. The initiative uses a d6. On a 1 to 3, enemies go first. 4, 5, or 6, PCs goes first. I feel like if you are doing player facing and you already are doing like DR tests, you could just have initiative be a test that if you succeed, you go before the enemies, and if you fail, you go after the enemies. So players could be split up when they go.
You did that. Aha. Let's see. Crit, natural 20. Double damage. Fumble, weapon breaker loss. PC takes double damage. I don't think that's that important to go through right now.
Have you played many TTRPGs that use reaction rolls to like determine if a thing you've encountered is, you know, angry or friendly?
No. I don't know if I've ever played one that has that specifically.
It's
That I could
common in a
think
lot
of
of
any.
OSR inspired
Hmm.
stuff. But I didn't really use it until I played Shadow Dark, which I used it a little bit. But then I started using it a lot more when I played Break more frequently, because that's a big thing. Like each creature in Break has its own like sort of reaction table.
Mm-hmm.
And I've started enjoying like having less like authority over like stuff and just letting, you know, the dice and the randomness of play
Yeah.
dictate what's going on. So because I like well, a big part of that I struggled when I first started GMing, and a part of the reason why I didn't GM for a long time is I didn't like the fact that there was like a perceived like hierarchy of me being above the players. And I've always tried to like make it as even as possible, that we're all just playing a game and I just happen to be doing some different stuff than everyone else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Even though I've like read a lot of RPGs and sort of, you know, absorbed discussion around a lot of them, I really haven't played hardly any, like maybe 2 or 3 that aren't like D&D and Pathfinder. And very infrequently, just because the like has historically at least been really hard to find groups for it, or like to be able to convince like a current group to switch to something new or try something new. So my variety is not very high. Not as high as I would like it to be, certainly. But maybe that will change. Who could say?
Only time will tell. Yeah, I would definitely like to play more varied stuff. But yeah, finding people to do it, and then also just like, you know, getting everyone to be like, okay, we'll learn another new thing.
For sure.
Which for me isn't that big of a deal. So like when I ran the Cyberpunk system, like I was already going into it that, you know, planning on running it in a very scrungled way where it's not like we're just using the base rules as much as possible, and everything else we can, you know, you can just roll for it. If there's like, you know, a question of how do you do something, just, you know, just roll for it. But granted, that doesn't necessarily work, you know, in systems that are as complex as like Pathfinder or like Lancer, stuff like that.
Yeah. I find it to be like a personal hurdle for me, like, because I don't mind like being the person to GM a game, like when I feel like people talk about a lot, like, you know, you want to play a game but you don't want to run it. I'm like, I would be fine running it, but I have a hard time because I feel like I want to know the game really well and like have all the rules really like in my mind before I do something, and then that gets intimidating because I'm like, well, I've never played it, so how am I gonna know how to play it? It's like you gotta play the game to know the game. Like, well, but it's a balancing act, I guess. Cause I think back to like, cause I started playing D&D in like 2015, And now I feel like I know it inside and out, flip it upside down, turn it around, like know it really well. But the first, year, 2 or 5 of running it, like I wasn't that good at running it, but you just get good over time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that neurodivergent feeling of like, if I can't be good at something the minute I start it, is it worth it? Like, yes, it is. And you should just do it.
Mm-hmm. I think it definitely helps if you focus on like the story you're doing rather than the mechanics that are
Mhm.
reinforcing the story. That can
Yeah.
help with the anxiety of system mastery.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
like people have fun playing when they don't roll any dice. They don't engage with the rules at all. So like,
Yeah, that is so true. And those are some of my favorite sessions, honestly, where like we roll maybe like 1 or 2 rolls and it's like a perception check and like a check that for something that was a bit, like,
mhm.
it's not those are some of my favorite ones, because I mean, for the role play, man.
Yeah. I decided to look over, see how your art's going. It's looking so cute.
Thanks. So the big one is one of my 5-year anniversary portraits for my group.
Mm-hmm.
Our anniversary was, I think, the first week of February was our 5 years. And this is my character, and I've done one other character so far. And then I just have some random other things on the side for when she's drying, because this watercolor paper takes a long time to dry, so it's nice to have something to work on in between tasks.
That'd make a good poster.
Yeah, I think so.
You do like something like Fourth Wall. I think they do posters.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah, Fourth Wall is like a content creator focused, almost like Redbubble.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
can do,
yeah, I
like
think
mugs, stickers, posters.
I think I know of a couple of people who I watch who use it, but I have never tried it. Last session we fought like a giant whale that was so huge, and it was like a mechanical whale, sort of. If anyone's seen James and the Giant Peach, it was kind of like that giant shark that has like the harpoon in its mouth. And that session was crazy, because so my DM was like, oh, I will make this cool encounter where they'll fight a whale, and we'll have some back and forth of rounds of fighting before you realize you probably won't be able to fight it. But what instead happened was the first round of combat, very first turn that anyone took, was our captain polymorphed himself into a giant whale to go fight that giant whale in the water. And the DM was like, well, I guess none of the stuff that I prepared matters anymore, so we're just doing this now. Which I feel like is the best kind of D&D, where it's just like, everything you thought was happening, no. We're going immediately off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
Off the rails and directly into the ocean.
I don't think I've done much ocean stuff.
Really?
Or have I done any ocean stuff?
That's so interesting because all of my games are doing ocean stuff right now.
Yeah, our Pathfinder thing might be the first time I've ever done anything with oceans.
Wow, that's really impressive, actually. I don't know how that was possible, but I'm excited for you.
I'm trying to
I feel like it could be
trudge
really
through
fun.
the memories in my brain, and I'm not remembering water.
Something that I noticed, because I recently had my own party in the game that I run, they recently did like an underwater arc. And something that I noticed was that it's really easy / hard to make underwater monsters, because the thing about the ocean is that it's pretty fucked up in there already. And so you're like, haha, I'll make a monster where it's transparent and you can see like into its brain or something. And you're like, well, that simply exists already. And it's an animal that is real. And this happened in many different iterations where I was like, what's this fucked up like eldritch horror thing that I could put in this underwater like aboleth lair? And it was like, well, that is just ocean stuff that actually exists. So props to the ocean for being like that.
Mm-hmm.
Love you, ocean. And it was funny because I had made some creatures that I was really excited for the players to interact with and like see and maybe fight. Although they don't really like fighting if they don't have to. But I ended up not using them pretty much at all. Like the players saw them from a distance, and then sort of turned the car around. We're like, no, we don't think we want to know what that is, even though they weren't like evil mean things. They were just sort of like interesting things, but they got scared, so maybe I'll bring them back in some capacity.
Yeah, if we're talking about ocean campaigns or sessions happening in the ocean, I'm pretty sure outside of the Pathfinder thing, I've never done anything involving the ocean. Been completely landlocked.
Wow.
Wait.
Oh.
No, that doesn't count. Never mind.
What was it?
I was about to say I did something that took place on an island, but it never actually involved going into the ocean or using a boat.
I see. Yeah, I guess you either could or count or wouldn't have to count that depending on your criteria. What in the name of Eldritch Squidward? What if Squidward had like an ascended eldritch form?
I was thinking that instead of like handsome Squidward, there's eldritch Squidward.
Exactly. Plot
like
twist: handsome
statue,
Squidward is the eldritch Squidward.
Oh my god!
It's the same. It's the same guy.
Just see that statue of the chin deep in the ocean.
I would turn the boat around. I would be so scared.
Yeah. Oh god, it's Squidward.
Have you seen? Okay, there's like, I don't know where it is. I don't know where I saw this. This is gonna be super vague. But there was like an article that I saw a while back about like there's a lake or something where they have a giant shark statue at the bottom of it, so that when people go diving in the lake, they like see the shark statue like coming out of the, silt or whatever, and they're like, holy shit, there's a shark here. I'm gonna be eaten by this shark, but it's a statue, obviously. So then they're like, "Wow, I can't believe I was punked." But that's what that reminded me of. Yeah, it is messed up.
Like if that was me, I might just have a heart attack under the water. I'd freak out.
I know that will not be good. Let me see if I can find what it was called. I hope it was real. Shark. I'm pretty sure it was real.
Statue underwater. Ooh. Oh, I see it. Oh no,
right?
No,
yeah,
no, I'm not liking that.
It's pretty bad, and it's also like the creepiest shark you could see. They made it awful looking.
Yeah, it almost looks like a Tim Burton shark.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
In Switzerland, so not an imminent threat to us, but
now I know where I don't have to go.
right.
This is interesting. When you advance in Morkborg, you roll 60-10, and if you roll for like HP, you roll 60-10, and if you get equal to or higher than your current maximum HP, you can increase your HP by D6. I don't know, it's a very odd way. And interestingly, you also you roll to see if your ability scores improve or disprove. That's not it. Unimprove.
Oh, they can do that?
Yeah, so you roll a d6 for every ability. Results equal to or greater than the ability are increased by 1 to a maximum of +6. Results below decrease it by 1 to a minimum of -3.
I didn't know that could happen. That would be crazy.
I personally, I like that kind of stuff because I like seeing how the game changes the character I made from the start.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that's not some people's cup of tea. Again, I think it just comes back to me being a bit of a sadist. I just like to see how fucked up my little dog gets.
Yeah. I think it's not really for me, but I think that's only because I like the concept of it, but then when I'm actually playing, I get really like overprotective of my characters, and like, not that I don't want things to happen to them, obviously, and like whatever happens, but I think it's just like, I don't know. It's something weird. It makes it hard to see. Hard to see them suffering. But then, of course, I go and, have them jump off a cliff or something, and it's like, well, you could have prevented that, but okay.
I'm trying to think in the context of Stray City. If they level up, which the way I'm having it now is your level is not a static thing. It's not like you just, get you just go from like level 1 to level 2, level 3, whatever.
Mhm.
Your rank goes up, which is sort of like your in the city. It's a bit like your social status and like how the city sees you and how strays see you. But it's also like represents just like, you know, your well-being at the moment.
Mhm.
So, and that can go up or down. So you could do a mission and then you're rank 5 or like whatever the highest rank is, and you're like riding high, and then for whatever reason, something happens and then your rank goes down, and now you're all of a sudden not doing as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I want there to be like the ebb and flow, that your character isn't static or always improving. It's not necessarily, the game's not necessarily about the your character sheet improving. It's more about the character's goals being achieved or not. And I feel like, like thinking of like what's the end goal, like, let's say you're doing a campaign, how like with D&D, even though oftentimes people don't reach it, but the end goal is like we get to level 20 and then we do like a level 20 thing. And I feel like for Strays, their thing is making their name, like for them to be remembered, because the sort of I guess like a tagline is that it's strays in themselves are a bit like graffiti. They they're colorful, but they're also sort of grimy and dirty, but they're not permanent. They they'll get replaced or washed off and forgotten.
Yeah.
So I think that's the end goal for Strays, is to be remembered or to make their name in a permanent way. So I'll make a note of that. Let's see. End goal. Ooh, a part of character creation could be like you make your like graffiti tag, like you have like a roll table to make a graffiti.
That sounds fun.
Let's see. Pick your species.
I'm gonna go freshen my water cups. I'll be right back.
Yas. Gotta hydrate. Yeah, I think that's a codifying thing of like your mark is a big part of your character, even if it's just like an aesthetic like thing that doesn't have mechanics to it. But What sort? If there were mechanics for having a graffiti tag, what could there be to it? Like, could you do something and something happens? Maybe your graffiti tag is sort of like how your rank is tracked. So, like, the more people that are aware of you, the higher your rank is. Hell yeah. I would fuck up some chimichangas right now. But I had hot dogs instead, which not bad. But it didn't necessarily curve the hunger I feel right now. I am picking away at the TTRPG. I'm still undecided on the like player facing stuff versus not player facing, because like I'm personally I am more familiar with non-player facing stuff, and I do enjoy the rolling. And I think there's like there's a tad bit more mechanical stuff that you can do with when it's not purely player facing, but it's more of a question of how far away from Morkborg do I want to lean. Start the early part of making this. Anything else for character creation? Let's see. Species background, roll for ability, scores, roll for gear, roll for PD tag. One thing I do like, which I think D&D is also doing now, where you have like a character hub that you can sort of build as a group, which I think in the new edition of D&D they call it Bastions, I think.
It sounds right, I think.
And Vaesen or Vaesen, however you pronounce that system, it also has a thing where like you have like a manor that your characters inherited before they started hunting the Nordic spoopies.
It's really nice to have a base. It's very fun. I feel like that's one of the like boons of having the sort of nautical campaigns, is that you have like a ship, which is sort of a built-in way to do that, but obviously you can do it in many ways besides. But yeah.
Ooh, a Howl's Moving Castle. That's sort of the same vibe, but you're in a junky hodgepodge.
Oh, that's ship. So cute. I love that. And you could, that's actually really cool, because then, like, especially if it's sort of mechanical and hodgepodge like that, like, throughout the game, like, making additions to it and sort of modding it, which, like, in a futuristic setting is kind of built in a little bit, like, as something you could do.
Yeah. I'll have to think about that. Some way of doing that. But I like it from a sort of just like getting the group to sort of create stuff together. But at the same time, people tend to prefer if there's mechanics tied to it, and that means making mechanics for it.
This is true.
Like the system I talked about earlier, that's like was Courage the Cowardly dog inspired.
Mm-hmm.
I made that like simple version of it, but I had already started working on a more complex version that a core part of the system was you having your sort of cartoon-esque house that all the animal people lived in.
Yeah.
And you was able to like pick rooms that you could have attached to your house, and that they would have mechanics that you could use when you would then go on missions to investigate, supernatural stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also level up each room to be more beneficial, give you more like dice rolls and whatnot. And it was a lot of thinking for this dog brain.
Oh yeah.
I should go back to working on that.
Yeah, it sounds like it was pretty fun.
Because it had that, so you like at the start of every session, the characters would be at their nook. That was the name of like the home, because they're all animals, and I felt like Nook was very animal themed. But then you would go on a mission inside the town, and the idea was that it was a specific town that you would go on missions to try to solve like a bigger sort of eldritchy mystery. It didn't necessarily always have to be like a monster. It could be some sort of like a weird door that ends up being the big bad mystery thing. Is just this weird ominous door that's causing all these problems. But you would solve like minor issues to get clue dice that you would eventually be able to use when you encountered the final strange thing.
Ooh, I like that.
But the way in a sort of similar fashion, I was talking about how rank in Stray City can go up or down. The characters, their stats could be beneficial or negative depending on the situation. So like your character could get a tag that is paranoid, and depending on how you're using the paranoia tag, it could be beneficial in a certain situation, like you're more aware of your surroundings. But in a different situation, you're not as focused on specific tasks. So I thought the system is really clever in that way.
Yeah, it's nice to have a push and pull kind of thing where it's like this is both a boon and a bane depending on the situation, how you use it, like what's going on. It's just really nice.
Yeah, take care, Zach. Have a good day.
See ya.
But also with that, I had started working on a Fallout table, which comes from Liminal Horror, and that is the way in Liminal Horror characters get advancement rather than gaining levels. When they are injured so much, they have to roll on a Fallout table, which can give them more HP, or it could give them a weird ability, or it could give them a in-world sort of event. Like I think one of them was like they have a vision of like an elder god or something like that. Yeah. Sort of equivalent. So it's not like a mechanical thing, but it adds to the story that's going on specifically for that character. So I added that as the advancement in the game is of a Fallout table with all these weird things that these animals get for dealing with the strange incidents in the town.
Ooh.
And honestly, I feel like I was like really close to being done with it. I think that was another one of the systems where I like nearly finished it, and then the whims of my brain took me elsewhere. Should try to find where I had that saved.
Yeah, it sounds like there was lots of juicy stuff in there.
Hmm. So I'm thinking along with rank, like that is something that can change for the character, but augments are a permanent increase to your character in some way. And it could be like your a stat is permanently increased or your HP is permanently increased like that. And have that as a sort of a secondary thing that's not attached to your level at all, but it does give your character progression, but it's a limited progression. So I'm thinking like you can only have so many augments, sort of like how in 5e you can only have so many attune items.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
And theoretically you could change them out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might switch to working on another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me right here real quick. Okay, do I want to start? I still got a lot of stuff I need to add to Foundry for break for when I start doing it solo.
Mm-hmm.
Open up Foundry. Oh my gosh, so many tabs. I wonder if this will work. Oh, I think it did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I need to open up the PDF for break. Let me change this. Last time I was working on this, I think it was like 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't actually remember where I left off.
Yeah.
I think I was working on adding all the companions. And it's seeming like I did. Wait a second, those seem all have the same text. So I might not have done those.
I'm really glad that I decided to work on this painting during this stream because I kind of knocked out the background, and background's are my least favorite part, and like I have to get up and wander around the room like watch TV, and I'm like, oh my god, background sucks so bad. But now I've simply done it, which is amazing, and now I don't have to worry about it, and I was just vibing here with y'all, and it was great.
Hell yeah. We'd love to see it.
This is what co-working is all about.
Mm-hmm.
I just have one more thing I think I want to do to the background, but I have to let parts of it dry first, and then I'm gonna have to do a layer that is like kind of a trust fall, because I don't know if it's really what I want, but I think it's what I want, so we'll just see. Hopefully it'll go well.
Hey London, how's it going? Yeah, things are doing all right, you know, ups and downs.
Hello.
Mainly my sleep schedule. But yeah, I had just finished working on the Stray City TTRPG a little bit, and my brain was getting kind of tired of working on that, so I've switched over to working on setting more stuff up in Foundry for Break, any award-winning game Break. Hell yeah. What kind of game are you working on, London?
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Awesome. I think I know some other people that have made games based off their lore, but I think it's also video games. I know I think Gavin is making a video game based off his lore. But yeah. I'm still very much in the beginning thoughts process of it, but you gotta start somewhere. Yeah, I think I said that Gavin's working on a video game, like an RPG Maker game. Which is very cool. Wait, where's translation journal? Okay, that is. So books are good. What about? Oh, okay, I see. Wait, I wonder if. Okay, that did not have that. Yeah, for Stray City, I'm wanting to get it as playable as possible, and then that way I can, you know, see how the vibes play out and play, and then go from there. I think the biggest decision I really need to settle on is, do I want it to be player facing or not? And right now I don't have an emotional answer for that. So that is partly why I'm working on this, because there's, honestly, I feel like I still have a lot of stuff I need to set up in Foundry before I can start whatever whatever chaotic journey I'm going to do with playing Break solo. A gem, a placeholder for history. Oh, okay. Oh, I actually like how I didn't, when I was first looking through this, I thought it was weird that they had some like random items in here, but they put it because in Break you have your species, your calling, but you also have your histories, and that's like your background, and you get to pick items from your history, and so that's why they have these random items in here, because they're all from histories. That makes so much sense.
Nice.
Like here's one, a pudge grub koozie, a canvas sack stuffed with a perfect nest for a pudge grub.
Oh, that's so nice. I mean, where else are you gonna put it?
I mean, it's kind of nice, but pudge grubs are living tofu, so they're kind of meant to be eaten. Do I want to add art to that? You know, we'll just do a quick little test. I'm not sure how Foundry does its picture formatting, like how big of resolution you can have for pictures. So we're gonna find out. So let's see. Okay, that does work. I put in the wrong picture for that specific area, but that's fine. Okay, so we can resave that. Luuna, I still need a run break for you at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I was so bummed that when we attempted it, it kind of just fizzled out. But I would still love to try it. And honestly, I think about that character a lot, even though I played them a sum total of 0 times. I just remember, like, reeling after we did our session 0, because I was like, they're just a little cave creature. Like, I think their character traits were like, live in a cave but doesn't have a job, like is just sort of a wanderer, and like their personality trait is that they have an unpleasant aura. Like, that's so funny. So I think about them a lot, despite that.
Yeah, we should definitely set something up to do that, because I still want to playtest that adventure to potentially release it one day. And I think the premise is really good.
Yeah, it sounded like a cool, like, premise to start a story from. And I'm always here to do stuff like in the not the Underdark, but you know, the underground world. It is my home. I live there.
The Earth Basement.
Yes. The Earth's basement. That is my favorite place to be, always.
Well, I know at least another person that wants to play Brink, Claudia. I just need the scheduling beast.
It is truly a beast, isn't it always?
And unfortunately not the fun kind of beast.
No.
But when I also with the solo, like I'm planning on this being to be a very big, this solo break thing, a very big, like, project, because while I'm going to be playing solo as the main thing, I also want to run one shots or short adventures that wrap around the solo character. So like if the character was to find a, you know, companion or like someone that's going on, you know, an adventure with them, to then bring that person in to play as well. Or if like there was something that happened off screen, to then like run a one shot of that thing happening to see how it plays out.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. It's like, yeah, I like it. A little bit of an expanded universe type situation.
I see UKF. Yeah, I'll try to set that up. Just need to. Like I'm simultaneously not busy, but also busy.
I know, me too. How could that be? And yet.
It's like I'm busy during the day, but not busy when I'm awake for the majority of the time, and that's the time when everyone else is asleep.
Yeah. It's true.
Did the shared chat die?
It probably is because my internet is freaking out.
There we go.
And I've been disconnecting from Twitch for a few minutes now. It reconnected and then it disconnected. I don't know. I can still hear you though, and I can still see chat, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel that, the ash pile. Granted, it's not for me working. It's just from my insomniatic existence. Let's see. Homeland. Blazing Garden. Why did that not... Did something stinky happen? Foundry? Are you being... Are you being silly? Okay.
You wouldn't want to be silly now, would you?
It was being silly. And I guess that's because I kind of named two folders nearly the exact same thing.
Mm.
Oh, I need that. I need one more picture from the book. Like, part of me wants to, like, make, like, because while Break does have nearly art on every single page and almost for every single thing, it doesn't quite have that. And part of me wants to fill the Foundry world with art for everything, but that is that'd be me hunting down a lot of, like, random animes.
Mm-hmm.
And
quite
I'm
the
not sure.
undertaking.
Yeah, I'm not sure my body's ready for that. And I do want to start playing as soon as possible. So I'm honestly, like, I might just start running it jankily.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, it was going to be janky no matter what I do. Because that's just...
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta get started and fix the jank as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, sometimes you might just never start.
And honestly, I tend to be pretty good about, like, the just winging it, not care if what I'm doing is bad, just do it. But I think my tism loves Break too much, so it's wanting it to be perfect.
Yeah.
And there's some stuff I need to figure out for it, because I do want there to be, like, chat or things that chat can do while I'm playing. I just need to figure out what dials that could be.
Yeah.
check. Does all the abilities for the callings have art? I don't. They don't. Because I was thinking if they did, then you can have that like on the hot bar with unique art. Close that. All the ailments are in. Equipment, gifts. That is done. Histories. Ones are done. Injuries are done. Quirks are done. Species are done. I could add in my custom ones.
That'd be cool.
I do need to go over those and redo their abilities because I feel like I'm a bit better understanding of break than when I first made them.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially the what did I name it? The Leshy. It's like it's a plant humanoid that can grow or shrink depending on how much sunlight it gets. And because Break's world, the sun machine is stuck on one part of the planet. So like if you're in the Blazing Gardens, you're going to be a giant Leshy. Like if you're in the Wistful Dark, you're a short Leshy. So the way it functions with like how it wears stuff and the like's kind of funky.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could tweak that a bit, but they produce fruit every day that you can use as rations. So they're like a little walking garden. But see, what's the funny thing is, the reason why the Leshy even exists is because on Break's blog, which has just an absolute ton of like posts about the setting and little mechanics and stuff. They have I forget the name of it, but it's essentially cow people.
Oh, cute.
And I was watching a trash isekai at the time, and there was a tavern in sort of the town that the anime was set in that was run by a cow woman who, instead of having ale or mead, served milk. And I was like, oh, wouldn't that be a funny species that their thing is they produced milk every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I made that, and as just sort of like a little funny hee-hee and for me and one of my friends. And then I was like, I kind of wanted to start sharing my stuff and making layout for the things I was working on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, Break specifically tries to be family friendly for the most part. And I was like, this is a bit too lewd to share, so I should probably make something that is more kosher in that sense. And yeah, so that's how the Leshy was born. It was born from cowgirl milk.
Wow, that's a beautiful it's a beautiful way to come into the world.
Very, very mean.
Uh-huh, for sure.
I feel like I made another questionable anime trope species, but I don't remember what it was. I feel like I scrapped it because it was a bit out there. But I have also made a Megamine styled calling for break where they get one big boom a day.
Oh yeah, that's when we were setting up our one shot, that was our campaign, that was what your friend chose for their character.
I don't remember where I had that saved, but I feel like I finished it. I don't remember. Need to. Ooh, I could commission someone to do art for the whatever you call the sort of iconic character that's for each calling. Because I did draw, but it wasn't exactly a good drawing. I'm so proud of how at least the concept turned out for her. I feel like her name was Ash.
I think that's right.
I think that's what I named that character. Okay, so it seems like I have all the items set. So I think that means the long process of adding roll tables. Wait, is that misspelled? Let's see. Let's go to. Okay, no, those are spelled right. So we have the court roll table. Have that calling table, species table. I guess I can make a gifts roll table now. Oh wait, I forgot I can just import. I have a module so you can just like copy paste the tables in and it will sort of automatically make it. You just have to mess with the formatting a little bit. It might be easier to delete this information when importing it. So I notice you like to draw the predator alien people. I'm not sure their names.
I do, yeah. I really like it. I don't know why. I started drawing them like there was like one art fight one year where I drew someone's predator, and then I was like, wait, that was like so fun. So yeah, I don't know what it is. But there have been a lot of new movies recently. Because there's like this one director, Dan Trachtenberg, who keeps coming out with banger Predator movies. And he keeps making them like thoughtier with every passing movie. And I'm like, okay, Dan, bring it to the people, my man. Like, wahoo! Background is not quite done, but mostly done.
Oopsie, I messed up. It's not a big mess up though. Yeah, I haven't seen the newest one, but I did really like Prey, I think it's called, the one that's set in the forget what specific tribe it is, but the Native American one.
Yeah, that one was really good. That was, I think, his first one, and then there was the one that came out in theaters, which was Badlands, and then he also directed there was an animated one that was kind of an anthology that was like a Hulu original that there was like it was an anthology, so I think each like quote unquote episode was like 10 or 15 minutes. And there was like a Viking themed one, a samurai themed one, and a like dog fighting in World War II style one.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then like at the end they all sort of come together in like a merged conclusion. But yeah, it was really fun. And the like character designs in that were really good.
Y'all need to check those out when I find the time to watch things.
That's the trick, isn't it?
Yeah, like I can watch a lot. It's just the things I watch don't take any of my brain to use because it's all trash anime.
Yeah.
Where it's actually harmful if you think about it.
In what way?
Well, it's like, classic, like harem anime, right? And it's like, oh wait, they're siblings. Where it's like when you're reading trash like romance novels. You're not meant to think. You're just meant to, enjoy the debauchery.
I'm a proponent of it generally, because like, I don't know, you're still engaging with stuff and enjoying stuff, I guess. I have the problem where I only watch things I've already seen because I find it hard to set aside time to watch something without like drawing or like, video gaming at the same time or having something else. And so I watch things that I've seen enough times that I can multitask to a lot of the time, but I'm like, I want to see and appreciate like new things that I haven't seen already, but sometimes it's hard to focus on it.
Yeah. That's why I like watching like especially new stuff with other people, because then I feel more obligated to like engage with what I'm watching.
Yeah.
But I mean, if scheduling TTRPG is hard, scheduling to watch an entire season of a show, that is
It's all, you know, you'll have to fit it all into the same like 24-hour days. Like the time that you want to be using for watching things or reading or whatever is also the time you could be using to play TTRPGs or, you know, anything else. So it's like I need 24 more hours of time in my day.
Yeah. And the real rough thing is, so if I start something with someone, I cannot watch it without them. My brain will not let me do
Yeah.
it. So like, I started watching She-Ra with a friend. I have not continued watching She-Ra, even though it's been nearly 5 years. It might be even more than 5 years. So I'm like, I have decided. Well, not even decided. My mind has chosen that I'm never going to watch She-Ra, even though I want to watch it.
Yeah. It's like that sometimes.
How's that going, BB? Well, obviously you can't hurl yourself in the sea, because then you'll have to come pick me up so we can both be dramatic together. That's the rules. We have to wait to haunt the coast to terrorize men. Live that banshee life. I feel compelled. Wait, I might have already done the art for these, did I? Have I already, please? I haven't. I'm gonna have to do it. It's unfortunate my brain is this way. Because I feel like, Gray, the single artist for Break, like, he did all this work to draw this stuff. I feel like if there's art, I should have it in Foundry.
Yeah. And it's really good art as well. Like, I love all the illustrations in there. Yes, I am.
Twitch didn't like me pressing buttons that I thought I was pressing inside this program. It was about to yell at me.
Uh-oh.
You make a new folder. Gifts. Wait a second, did I do? I think I did a dumb.
Oh.
It's a very minor dumb so it's fun.
Tastes good.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I definitely saved the whole thing instead of the thing I thought I cropped. Classic. You know, like, you ever get like really locked in and then like you just get your brain breaks for like a minute and then you realize you're like extremely dehydrated?
Yes, I do get that. I'm very bad at staying hydrated, so I am often in that situation.
I'm gonna refill my drink real quick.
Yeah, having a better water bottle definitely does help. I finally got one that I really like. And it helps, but the forgetting to use it is still a little bit there.
I've returned.
Hello. Yeah, I have one with like a handle and a straw. It's not a Stanley Cup, but it's sort of Stanley Cup shaped. And that helps because I like need a straw for all of my drinks, which is unfortunate, but it's just the way it is.
I have one. It's just our water still isn't fixed, so it's just annoying to like fill it up over and over.
Yeah, I should look it up because that is something I need.
You're good. You can go off about water bottles as much as you want.
Yeah. Do it.
I do think having a good water bottle definitely helps if you're neurodivergent, because then you get excited about it. Throw some stickers on it. Oh, I should totally do that. Get a water bottle and then throw that badass sticker I have of a naked girl in a health potion.
I think that's the move.
I want to run a TTRPG about Mothman. Mothman deserves it. Or I should say another one, because I did run a one-shot about Mothman. And it ended in a way that you would probably expect coming from me.
I won't say it because, you know, John Twitch is lurking over my shoulder, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could take a guess.
I mean, someone had to do it. Mothman deserves
Mhm.
to get some.
Honestly, I feel like Mothman kind of gets a lot. I feel like I see a lot of Mothman fuckers out there.
Yeah.
Which I respect and support.
He is like the king of the cryptids.
Mm-hmm. It's probably about time I need to get going. I can feel my tummy a rumbling, and gotta make dinner, so I should probably be off. But
Yeah.
this
I mean,
has
do
been
you want
so lovely.
you want to raid out together, someone?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. You are welcome to keep going if you have more steam. Or we could do that. Whatever works for
I'm
you.
fine going with you.
Okay.
This is an us thing. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, who's online?
let's see. I feel like maybe Vice has started streaming.
Oh yes, I saw the notification for that. Let me filter by following. There we go.
I don't know why every time I look for Vice, it's just he never pops up on my thing. But I know I'm following him. Oh, there we go. I found
Nice.
our favorite Crash Out boy.
Yeah, I'm all
Oh.
set up, I think.
Yeah. Let me copy. Okay, I'm doing it.
Okay, let's go.
I appreciate everyone doing this, and Luuna, I appreciate doing this with me. I hope we can make this a regular thing because it
For
definitely
sure.
helps to win stuff.
Yeah, it was lovely, and I'm so excited for the next time. See y'all later.
Yeah.